All right, so I'm back to do greatest common factor and least common multiple, least common denominator, right? Same thing. Okay, so anyway, I'm back to do both of those right now, and this is an easy way to do that. Okay, so if I was looking for the greatest common factor for, let's say, the numbers 36, and let's say the number, we're do greatest common factor right now. Okay, 36 and 12. Okay, all right. Here is the easy way to do this. We're going to divide by prime factors, okay? We're basically going to do prime factoring of these two numbers. So let's start with 2. We should always start with 2 because it's the smallest prime number. Okay, so if we divide 2 into 36, what do we get? 2 goes into 36 18 times. Okay, now I can divide that by 2 again, right? 2 goes into 18 how many times? 9. Okay, I can't divide 2 into 9, but I can divide 3, which is the next prime number. Okay, so 3 goes into 9 3 times. Okay, at this point I am finished with finding the factors of 36. Okay, over here I'm going to take 12. I'm going to divide by 2 because it's the smallest prime number again, and I get 6. Now I'm going to divide that by 2 again. 6 divided by 2 is 3. Okay, at this point I am finished. All right, now the way to find the greatest common factor for this is we're going to take the factors that both of these have in common. So there's a 2 here, and there's a 2 here. There is a 2 here and a 2 here. Then I have a 3 here and a 3 here. Okay, so now what I'm going to do is I'm going to multiply the numbers that they have in common. Okay, only once, not both of them, just once. So since we have in common, we have a 2, we have another 2, and we have a 3. Okay, so now I'm going to multiply those together. 2 times 2 is 4, times 3 is 12. Okay, so that 12 is our greatest common factor, is 12 of these two numbers. Okay, ouch. Okay, how else would we have found this? We would have taken our two numbers, 36 and 12, right? And we would have found the factors. And of 36, the factors are 1 times 36, 2 times 18, 3 times 12, and 4 times 9, and 6 times 6, right? Okay, here on 12, we would have had 1 times 12, we would have had 2 times 6, and 3 times 4. Okay, now, what is the biggest, or let's find the common factors on these. Let's see. Well, of course, they both have 1, they have 2, they have 3, they have 4. Okay, they have 6. Okay, let's go back. This does not have 9, but they both have 12, right? Okay, and so what was the greatest common factor between these two? 12. So we know that this is correct, right? The greatest common factor is 12. Let's try one more of those. Okay. So let's take the numbers 28. Can you see that? Okay. 28 and 16. Okay. And oops, sorry. Let's try them over here. 28 and 16. Again, we're going to divide by prime numbers, okay? So 28 divided by 2 is 14, right? Then we're going to divide that by 2 again, and we get 7. That's as low as we can go. Over here, 16, I'm dividing by 2. I get 8. Divide by 2 again, and I get 4. Divide by 2 again, and I get 2. Okay, so now, what factors do these have in common? Well, they have a 2, and they have another 2, right? And nothing else. So now we're going to take those numbers. So we're going to say, oops, sorry, 2 times 2 equals 4. So our greatest common factor is equal to 4. Okay, so again, do we want to see if we know that this is true using this method? Okay, let's try it. If we have 28 and 16 and we find the factors, okay, so 1 times 28, 2 times 14, 3 doesn't go in there. I actually think we're done. Are we? No. 4 times 7. Sorry. Okay. And then with 16, we're going to say 1 times 16, 2 times 8, and 4 times 4. Again, when we go back and find the common factors, okay, we have 1, we have 2, and we have 4. 4 is our greatest common factor. It's the largest one of all of them. Okay? So hopefully that makes sense to you. Now we're going to move on to least common multiple using the same method. Hold on here. All right. Now, how does this work with least common multiple? Well, let me show you. All right. It is similar. Okay? It's not exactly the same, but it is definitely similar. Okay. So, let's say we have the numbers. Right now we're going to do least common multiple, okay, which is the same or least common denominator. Least common multiple, least common denominator are the same thing. It's just finding the least common multiple of two denominators. Okay, so let's try 2 and 5. Okay, so let's try finding, no, that's too small. How about, oh goodness gracious, everything I have is large. Okay, let's try 26 and 18. Okay, all right, so just like with greatest common factor, we're going to divide by factors. So we're going to divide by 2. 2 goes into 26, let's see, 13 times. Okay, so that's done. 18. 2 goes into 18 how many times? 9 times. 2 goes, or I can't divide 2 into there, but I can divide 3. 3 goes into 9 how many times? 3. Okay, they are both um, reduced out to their factors. Okay, so for 18 you have factors of 2, 3, and 3. For 26 you have factors of 2 and 13. Okay, now here's where it's a little different. We're multiplying something different. Now we do want to know what they both have in common. In this case, they both have a 2 in common. Okay, so we're going to put that 2 down here. Okay, but we're only going to put it once because it's in both of them. Okay, now I'm going to put down all the other factors that are in these two numbers. So here we have a 13, so I'm going to put a 13 here. Here we have a 3, I'm going to put a 3 and another 3. Okay, now I'm going to multiply all of these numbers together. And let's see, it doesn't matter which order I multiply these in. So this 3 times 3 is 9. And over here, 2 times 13 is 26. And then if I multiply these two numbers together, 26 times 9 is 54, 18, 19. Is that 23? Is that right? 234. 19654. Yeah, that's right. Okay, so 234 is our least common multiple of 12 or 26 and 18. Now, how do I know that's true? Well, if I went through and did all the multiples of 18 and 26, let's do 26 first. 26, the multiples are 26, then we're going to go 26, whoops, sorry, I got you off the page again. 26 times 2 is 52. 26 times 3 is 78. 26 times 4 is 104. 26 times 5 is 130. 26 times 6 is 156. 26 times 7 is 182. 26 times 8 is 208. Isn't this fun? 26 times 9 is 234. Well, what do you know? It does go into 234. Interesting. Okay, now, since I know that, and I just want to prove this to you, what I can do is I can take my other number, which is, what other number did I do? 18. Okay, so I can take my 18 and I can say 234 divided by 18, and 18 goes in there once, and that's 5, and 18 goes into 54. Let's see, 3 times? Yeah. Okay. All right, so I can see that both 18 and 26 go into 234. Now 18 goes in there 13 times, which will give me the clue that that's probably the lowest common multiple. But anyway, as you can see, that's how you calculate the lowest common multiple. Let's try another one just to make sure that you know what you're doing. And in this case, I'm going to, well, let's try 28 and 12. Okay, so we're going to do 28. Whoops. Where am I on here? 28 and 12. Okay, dividing 28. Divide by 2. And 2 goes in there 14 times. 2 goes into 14 7 times. So we're done. 12. 2 goes into 12 6 times. 2 goes into 6 3 times. Okay, so we're finished. Okay, again, anything that they have in common. They have a 2 in common, and they have another 2 in common, right? Okay, so let's put down our numbers. We're going to put down our 2 times our other 2. Then we're going to put down anything that they don't have in common. Times our 7 times our 3. Okay? 2 times 2 is 4. And 7 times 3 is 21. So this is 4, and this is 21. And so what is 4 times 21? 4 times 21 is 84. So 84 is going to be the least common multiple, or if they were denominators, it would be your least common denominator. Hope that makes sense.